Greetings of peace. My name is Ram Hotep, broadcasting on behalf of 13 Signs Astrology.com. Doing this video pertaining to the doctrine of reincarnation. Now, reincarnation, first of all, is not embraced on a mass level by the current population. As far as in Western culture, and this is mostly due to the monotheistic religions, which are very new, keep in mind, when it comes to the history of this planet. The mainstream religions, as far as the monotheistic religions, only go back no more than 2,000 years. And scientists have proved, and it's a proven fact, that humanity, which started in Africa, has been dwelling in its current state for over 350,000 years. And really, Homo erectus, which is another aspect of humanity that predates Homo sapiens, have been dwelling on this plane and planet for over 3 million years. So it would make you wonder, how can such a young system of monotheism come in and change the masses' minds on such an old principle and system of reincarnation. Now, in Christianity, Islam, and in Judaism, they do not embrace reincarnation, though in Christianity especially, you see, you kind of get a little bit of doctrine when it comes to reincarnation pertaining to the life of Yeshua, who you would call Jesus, the flesh, or Christ. And you see that Yeshua was what you would call a God incarnate, which is the difference between reincarnation and incarnation, but I won't touch on that here, but they're very similar. But Yeshua was a God incarnate. So in the system of Christianity, reincarnation or incarnation is touched upon. Reason being is because they borrowed their concept of Yeshua from an ancient concept, which came from the Hindu concept of Krishna. And Krishna was an incarnated being. And in the Hindu culture, reincarnation is fully embraced. In the ancient Egyptian culture, reincarnation is fully embraced. In all of your ancient civilizations and cultures, reincarnation is fully embraced. It is only in the systems of monotheism that reincarnation is condemned. So my views from an astrological point of view is, of course, I believe in reincarnation. And reincarnation can be proven to those of you that will take the time to either get a guided meditation or to either get a past life regression from a person that is trained in the sciences of reincarnation. I mean, in the sciences of hypnotism, and in the sciences of regression, in the sciences of tapping one into their subconscious mind. Because in your soul and in your subconscious mind is located a memory bank of all of your previous lives, and you can go back to them at any time. Now, I remember when I first got introduced to one of my past lives was back in 2006 maybe. I got introduced to one of my past lives, and it was through a past life regression meditation that I partook in, and I was able to tap into one of my past lives as a so-called cowboy at the time. I was a cowboy at this time. And I'm not afraid to reveal this information publicly because I make no bones about it. I know I've been here several times. And you can't tell me anything otherwise. I've always been an old soul, and I've been here many times. I mean, my memory, I can go back millions of years even. I can go back millions of years to even on different planets. I've been on various different planets. I wasn't just here on this planet Earth, but I've had past life experiences on multiple planets. But in this particular experience, I tapped into a situation where I was a cowboy, and I was living a certain life, and I remember seeing a woman. Well, later on, I was with this woman in the past life regression, and we were married, and I left this woman because I had a mission as a cowboy at the time, and I had a certain mission where I had to travel from, and it was in this country as well. It was in this country, and I had to travel from the east coast of this country to the west coast of this country. I was partaking in a certain mission at the time. I'm not going to go fully into it here, but I bring this up because I got confirmation on this because I ended up meeting a female, and we ended up having a past life experience together where we both confirmed that we met each other in this same past life. When I was a cowboy, I met the female that I was with in this lifetime. I met this female in this lifetime, and when we both confirmed that she saw the same visions in a past life regression as I saw, and she knew that we were together in multiple lifetimes. So I know for a fact that I had a experience in past lives, and that I experienced multiple past lives. Now, I won't go into my other past lives here, but that's not the only one. But I'm just saying that to say that reincarnation to me is real, beloved. It's real. And I know that it's definitely a factual truth, and it's only in Western society that they block you off from your past lives because they don't want you to embrace the doctrine of reincarnation, because they want you to stay trapped in 3D, third dimensional reality, and they want you to think that this life and this body is all there is, and basically when you transform over, you're going to either go to heaven and hell and things of this nature. But when you study the ancient cultures, and I have other videos, you'll find out exactly what heaven and hell is. To find out more information on that, you can look up my various videos on heaven and hell. I have 2 videos on that, so I would advise you to look that up. But reincarnation is real. It's definitely real. In astrology, we can look in your chart, and we can look at the certain positions of the moon in relation to the sun, and we can tell you as to whether or not you're a new soul or whether or not you're an old soul. I can't give you the exact amount of reincarnation experiences that you had, and I can't tell you exactly what you did in a past life just from looking at your chart, but I can tell you as to whether or not you're a new soul or an old soul, and have you been here before. I can do that from a natal reading, and I can give you that information upon your request. Your request. If you've ever gotten a natal reading from me and you're interested in knowing these things, you can shoot me an email at 13scienceastrology@gmail.com, and I will be glad to pull up your reading, because I file all of my readings. I have them all documented, so I'll be glad to pull up your reading, and I'll let you know as to whether or not you're a new soul or old soul. But we can look at these things in astrology. We can look at these things, and we can go into whether or not you're a new soul or old soul based on your natal reading. So your astrological blueprint is really your karma that you carried over from your past life. So you choose your planetary placements and your astrological placements in this life. You choose that based on the karma that you brought over from previous lives, because nobody gets away from Saturn or Father karma. See, nobody gets away. Nobody gets away from what they do in the previous lives. And you have to come back and serve that karma out and work that karma out. And it's not always negative. Sometimes it's positive karma that you carried over. Your gifts that you have in your chart are positive karmic experiences that you carried over, you see. So reincarnation is real. Now, what I want to do in the next half of this video is I want to touch on something very important. And I want to touch on reincarnation pertaining to the races on this planet. Pertaining to the races. Now, scientists have proved that melanin-dominant people, or people of African descent, or black people, or Moors, or whatever you want to call us, people of Moorish descent, are the oldest beings on this planet. It takes melanin to create any type of life. So when humans first started coming to this planet and incarnating on this planet, we manifested as melanated beings. Melanin is the oldest substance in the universe, going back past light. Melanin goes back past light, and I'm going to be doing a video on the light worker, which I'll be tapping into. I'll be talking about melanin even more, because I touch on the perspective of a light worker that's much different than what you've heard of about a light worker. And so the melanated beings came here first, and we know the other races that are on this planet, such as the Caucasians or the Mongoloids, or what you would call the Asians. These races are younger than us melanated beings, those beings that are from Africa. And those beings that are African or Moorish descent, or whatever you want to call them, these beings, we are the oldest beings on this planet. But in the process of karma, And in the process of working out karma, we had to genetically modify and create various different races, and we had to create bodies of various different races that were of less melanin dominance. They were less melanin dominant, or what you would call melanin deficient. We had to create melanin deficient bodies so that certain souls that were trapped in certain karma that they created on this planet. See, karma is a universal law. When you create karma, you have to pay for this karma. So when these souls, they basically created a lot of negative karma for themselves, and they basically lowered their vibration and their energy. They slowed down their vibration and their energy. So what the scientists on this planet had to do so that we could free those souls that were trapped in the astral plane from such negative karma, we had to create bodies for these souls to reincarnate back in. We had to create bodies for these souls to reincarnate back in. And this is where you get your races from. Now, many of your races are created races. According to the ancient Egyptians, they called various other races, they called them the Tamahu. The Tamahu means the created race. And this isn't racism. This is straight facts. Scientists have proved this. I mean, scientists that don't look nothing like me, scientists that are Caucasians with blue eyes have proven this. So I'm not making this up. So as far as the races and how they got here, this was based on the karma that melanated beings, and slowing down their vibration when they finally came to the physical realm and dealing and getting trapped in the realm of desire, they slowed down their vibration. So we had to create melanin deficient beings with pineal glands that were calcified just so we could channel and incarnate these souls back into this realm so that they could work out their karma through a lesser vehicle, or through what you would call a melanin deficient vehicle. And this is where your Caucasians and, you know, some of your Chinese and your Asians and your different various races that are melanin deficient came from. They came from the fact that certain karma had to be worked out from the original species on this planet who got trapped in certain karma. So it's hard for me to be a racist when I know the occult and when I know the esoteric truths. See, I know the esoteric truth, and that's why it's hard for me to be a racist and to say that white folks are the devil, or to say anything like that, because I know the devil is a deeper term than what you're looking at. The devil started off on the astral realm before it even got physical. Lucifer started off on the astral realm before he even incarnated and became physical. And when he first incarnated and became physical, Lucifer was a melanated being. He was a melanin dominant being. Lucifer, the devil, started out as a being that looked just like me. So therefore, your God and your devil came through melanated beings. So if you're going to say that melanated beings are God, you're going to have to say that melanated beings are the devil. You got to say both. And this is based on a thorough knowledge of me researching the occult. I'm not making these things up. There are numerous books that you can get on this information as in regards to the souls that had to be freed up from the astral realm and had to reincarnate back in these lesser bodies. And this is why we had to genetically modify and engineer. Yes, we had this technology. The melanated beings are the first beings that began cloning and genetically modifying. We had to modify and genetically create these beings. And there are ways for these beings to get back into their melanated state in their next life. Now, I do meditations and some even past life regressions for clients that are melanin deficient beings, and they have saw visions of themselves in the past life where they were dark like me, where they were melanated beings. So there are so-called Caucasians, and there are created beings that are melanin, that were melanin dominant in their past life, and when they regress, they can see this in a past life meditation. This is not something that I'm making up. You can go get the books on past life regressions from different hypnotists that have written books on past life regressions, and they'll give you this information as well. So the races came from souls that slowed down their vibration, began to get trapped in the realm of desire, in the fleshly realm of desire, and they basically lost their covenant with the universe, and they lost their melanin. Your melanin is a covenant with the universe. You see, it's really the anointing. See, being a melanated being, you're anointed, but you have to nurture your melanin and eat right and do right, because if you don't, not only will you suffer in this life, but you'll suffer in the next life, because you may come back as a melanin deficient being. You never know what you're going to come back as, and you have to work that karma out. You see, so this is what I deal with in the occult and in the astrology realm. When I deal with past lives and when I deal with the origins of the races, it's all based on metaphysics for me, people. It's all based on the occult. and I make no bones about it. And I'm not here to offend anybody. This is basically my research as to how I see it. If you want to dialogue with me about this information, you can shoot me an email at 13signsastrology@gmail.com. If you would like to get a past life regression or want more information, visit my website at 13signsastrology.com. Thank you for watching this video, and until we meet again, I'll leave you in peace.